The arts have played an important role throughout humanity's existence. How does it help our development and our spiritual life, you may ask? Hi, I am Naika, your host for this second season of Toward a Solar Civilization, the teaching of Omraam Mikhail Ivanhoff. Now we move on with a delightful and most interesting interview with Ouriel Zohar. He is an Israeli and French theater director, playwright, poet, and translator from French to Hebrew, and was professor at the Department of Humanities and Arts at the Technion University. He was interviewed by Carmen on the power of theater. Ouriel has been using theater for many decades as a psychological tool to bring people closer together and going even more deeply into healing through this modality. Over to you, Carmen.
Welcome, Ouriel. It's such a pleasure to finally interview you.
Thank you.
Coming from different parts of the world, we had to meet somewhere. So how did you get interested into theater?
So I can tell you about it, that when I was 12 years old, I was living in a kibbutz, and there was a theater director, professional theater director, who came in the kibbutz, and he did a test or examination for the children, youth, and adults to see. I was 12 years old, you know, who can be his actors and so on. And he said to me after the test, "You are mine." And I was very surprised. So I went with tears to my mother and I said to her, "This man said that I am him," or how you say, that I am his. And I was crying, and she said, "Don't cry, take your time, be quiet. Everybody know that you are mine, and you will stay mine, but you are going to test him now to see if he is okay. So go and do it." So I went, and then I couldn't believe it anymore, so I became his first actor. It was a professional means, like here, and a lot of people came to the show, like 5,000, you cannot believe it. So every year I was working with him all the time, from I don't know how long, in the summer, in April, and all the vacation that children have, and it was like 7 years with the same subject, which is Holocaust, Shoah. This was the subject.
Okay. And your role then was an actor?
I was.
And only later on you started to write your own plays?
I started to write a play. I wrote plays when I was in hospital with my problems, but then when I was 9 years old. But the first play that I directed was in the university, the Tel Aviv University. But before, you have to know that I started to study all the subjects like psychology, philosophy, history, laws. I studied everything. And after 1 month studying everything, he came again, Eliyahu Goldenberg, the same director. And he met me and he said, "What are you studying?" And I said to him, and he said, No, come with me. I will show you what is your profession." And he took me and he put me in a hall, very big hall of theater. And he said, "You sit here, you listen this course." I was very shocked by the teacher there. He was so enthusiastic. The scene was like 12 meters longer, larger. And he knew how to fulfill all the scene. You know, he did so good work.
By himself?
Yes, and the students were aware of it in a way, but I was so, let's say, shocked, amazed, or I don't know what is the word to say, very, very impressed. And I said, if a teacher speaking like that, and I don't understand any single word, and he is so happy to speak, so enthusiastic, maybe there is something in this theater department. So I stay in this theater department. And after 3 years, I think, I wrote the play and I directed the play, and the students who did the play became a very known actors later. So after that, I started to write some books, some theater plays about love.
That's the theme? Is that the theme
Yes,
that you developed?
Yes, first
in
of
your
all, it
career?
was love, conflict, and searching for poetry in the text. You know, to see how the text is not only about the personality of people, but about something which keep you spiritual in a way. But in this time, I don't have this definition of spirituality or something like that. It was before this, or like ideal or something like that.
Like a higher feeling.
Yeah.
Yes. I read the book of your late wife, Martine. She wrote this book, My Life in Israel, Under the Pine Tree. And I saw that you created many playwrights that dealt with conflicts between the Arabs and the Jewish, and you were trying to help them like a therapy, reconcile their differences.
Yes.
Tell us how you worked this out, because that's a very difficult question.
Yes, but we have to know that it started with my brother, whose name is Shalom, which means peace. And when I was 12, 13, or 14 years old, he brought at home Arab Muslim. It was the beginning of my meeting with Muslim, when I was very early in my life. And he brought him at home. My mother was shocked. She wasn't prepared for that. And this was a good initiation for us, because it taught us how to accept the other side of the border, Muslim and so on. So he said every week he will come, even if you are not agree, because when he went out, of course. And he said, you will accept him and you will see that he's a human being. And so he did a good job, my brother, Shalom Zohar.
Yeah.
And after that, my experience with Arabs, Muslim, started with the Muhammad Bakri, who was a simple student like me in the university. When he saw this play of love and poetry, he was very, very happy. And he started to speak with me. And then he told me his life, that he doesn't have a place to live. I was without a penny this time. But I have a little room of, like, let's say 3 meters or to 4 meters, like something like that. And I put 2 mattresses, and he lived there for 2 years.
2 years in that little room, the
Yes.
two of you together.
Yeah, so it was in Tel Aviv, so it was very near to the university, so it was very easy to go to the university for him, for me. And that is the story, the beginning of the story of the relationship with Arabs, with Muslims. Because with Christian Arabs, there is no, I think there is no real problem.
Good
They are
conflict.
like you, huh? You and you. So let's say that after that, I was invited to teach in a university branch of Tel Aviv University, and I started to do a project, Jewish Arabs project, and then we met there, Dr. Yael Harel, and Martine was my first sister wife. And the 3 of us, in 1987, we started the project to stop the Intifada. It was the first Intifada, and we said we have to do something. It's impossible to accept this fight between people. human beings, souls and spirit are fighting. It's impossible. So we decided to do something, and we started to do a project, and we asked students. We start to work with students, Jewish and Arabs all the time, and we started to work there like at the beginning, for years, like 7 years I worked there. So this was the preparation. And with the children of the little one, like till starting with 12 years old and then 16 years old and so on. And then we worked with the teachers of all the schools, Arab and Jewish.
Wow.
And most of them, of the Arabs, are Muslim.
Okay.
And we work on, in my idea, it was what the master said, you bring beautiful women, beautiful men, you put them in both sides of the border, and Arabs and Jewish in both sides of the border, and the border will disappear.
Oh, beautiful.
So this idea brought me to another idea which was not mentioned in Israel. You cannot mention mixed marriage between Jewish, Muslim, Christian, Druze. It's impossible because one will be killed in one side, if you mention something like that. And especially the Jewish are against it, and the Christian are against it, and the Muslim are against it, and be careful with the Druze. So we brought them to the idea of Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet is a love story, but it ends very tragically.
Yeah.
So the end is that they are killed, both of them, as you know. So I was thinking, yes, it's a good idea to work on it, to see how difficult it is. This is one side of the story, that it is very difficult to bring people from both sides and to bring them together. But love is doing it.
Yeah.
So we did it. We did it with love. We did the effort to approach each other, to be close each other on stage, and to do exercises around it for all the people, all the participants. In the end, there was like 6,000.
Participants to that Romeo and Juliet.
Not only Romeo and Juliet,
But several of them.
all the other. We don't have time to speak about all the activities. For 6,000 who worked for 7 years, it's impossible. It was very difficult with the teachers because they, after the first semester, it was okay. We are working on Romeo and Juliet. It's very nice. We are kind to each other and so on. But the second semester, it started by they are saying to me, "You are a traitor. You are going with the other side." Like the Jews said, "You are a traitor. We see you love the Arabs, you love the Muslim." And the Arabs said, "You are Jewish. You are with the Jewish, and you love them, and you are not giving us." I said, "Look, you are crazy, both of us, both of you. You are, me too, yes, to do something like that in Israel. But you are in a universal debate. You are in a universal meeting. It is to find something else between you. If I am coming and I treat you and I'm with one side more than with the other side, it's crazy for me. It's foolish. It is not faithful. It's nothing. It's not moral to do something like that. I have to be with both of you with a lot of love. And this is what I'm trying to do, to be with both of you and to help you to do the best for this idea of love between people. So you see, before speaking about mixed marriage, it was speaking about love all the time.
Yeah.
And then we changed the end of the story. We are not Shakespeare, but we changed the story and we said, what will happen if the story don't finish like in the tragedy, of death?
Yeah.
What happened if they are married? What will happen in the both society? How they will get it? How will they accept it?
Yeah.
In what way? So tell us. So there is a prejudice from both sides. How can you go there? I will kill. Which one you will kill? The other one because he did it. No, I will kill the one. I will kill this one. Kill. So I said to them, but let's say that some of you accept the situation. If everybody will kill, so you are doing the same end as Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
So what is our win? Where is the win-win?
Yes.
At the same time, I started to work in Haifa University. Haifa University, you can think it is MIT. MIT is like, but they are doing also architect and also medical studies. The students are engineers, most of them. Mm-hmm. I started with play that I wrote or we wrote together with them, so they will be engaged in the situation, you know. So it's always the idea of the master in the back, you know. If beautiful people will meet together, the border will separate them, and the border will disappear. Yeah. This was the idea all the time that the master said, Omraam, you know. He said it few times in his lectures, and what we saw that if I take only the Jewish, for example, and we are doing mixed marriage between East and West, which is a big problem in Israel. Now it is better, but it was little at the time. And to do it in the biggest hall in the university, like 650, and people didn't say a word about mixed marriage between East and West. People coming from the East, the Jewish coming from the East and the West. So the idea, I said to myself, if I'm going further, let's say what will be happened after. So another play was The Palestinian. The Palestinian girl is a story which ends like Romeo and Juliet. Some of the plays went to Europe, to festivals. This was with the students. And what happened, what was interesting was the laboratory that we have done. It's like 6 months we worked together. Wow. Which in the theater, in the commercial theater, you don't have time to do it because you have to finish after a month. And here we had 6 months. And we live together in the theater, we eat together, we dance together in the play.
So that created like a community.
Exactly. We created a little community of 12 persons, of 12 Arabs, Jewish, and there was Christian and Muslim and Jewish. There was no Druze. But in our fraternity, in our brotherhood, there is also Druze who believe in the reincarnation. And this was amazing because they keep after the contact.
Even when the program was over, they stayed in touch together.
This was
so that
wonderful.
meant you cemented the friendship.
And it was also the realization. It was like a crystallization of the idea, you know? Because we didn't speak anymore about mixed marriage, but we did it. Yeah. We did another play, which is a story of a woman who is coming to a studio like this studio here with cameras and light and all that. And she is a mixed from the beginning, you know. She is mixed.
Mixed marriage.
Jewish and Muslim. Father Muslim and the mother Jewish. And they said, oh, so you are Jewish if your mother is Jewish. But it was mixed. It was mixed. And the story is that she invited people that already had an experience. And most of the experience are very bad, not without any success. But there was a lot of love. Even after someone is separated, there's a lot of love between people. They are keeping the love. So to say to the audience who are coming, to the public who are coming to watch us, even if it's not succeed yet in your mind, there is love between the people. Yeah. And there was every story love. It was a love story like Romeo and Juliet, but he did it in another way that it is like continue Romeo and Juliet in our life, in modern life, and to show that maybe if we do one more step, it will be possible one day.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's Yes, also with Muhammad Bakri, as you said yesterday, you said he owe you after 2 years living with you in your room. And I said, yes. So started in 93. He invited me, as he is a very big actor and very known in Israel and in France, in Egypt. Lately he was in a movie and he's doing a lot of movies in the Arabic countries and so on. So he invited me to work with him and we did a play which is a play coming from Syria. So we worked with Syria, you know, and another play coming for the Palestinian writer. We worked together in Paris, in Belgium for the peace festivals. So he did it in Arabic, in Hebrew, and I did it in French. And I was sitting on the stage, like the writer who wrote all these plays. And it was a big success also, very good.
Yeah.
I hope you will listen.
As roommates, you ended up having a friend for life on stage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
So now I would like to know, Ouriel, how do you integrate the teaching of Master Omraam Mikhail Ivanov into your playwrights? How do you reconcile the teaching, not reconcile, but integrate?
But I gave you a lot of example how I put the idea of the master. Now we will go a step further because as we publish our books for children and youth, it's plays, theater plays, and in Hebrew, French, and some of them in English. There is 2, I think, in German, 1 in Spanish. And the books are all of them based on the master teaching.
Okay.
So if after, of course, in my work in the university, the basic, let's say, for example, to do, and before doing the acting work, I put the panorhythmy with me, and I was doing the relaxation at the same time. And they love it for 20 minutes before working, before getting on stage.
On stage.
I was trying to put the teaching in every step of my life.
Okay.
And the books, Barbara is doing the design, so you can see the design of the books. It's completely in the spirit of the master, of the heavenly sides of the beauty painting, and it's like angels, and it's so beautiful.
Yes.
So you can find in our plays, in the theater plays in the university, and then all the plays, I did like 50 plays production.
Wow.
And then 25 out of the university at the same time and after that. So all the plays I've done after is the plays, for example, Serafita, the Honoré de Balzac, is the master told us, do it, do something with it. He said to us, do something with it, it's very important play. Novel, he said the novel. And we put it in a play.
What a fulfilling career you've had.
Oh,
Amazing.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
So, what did Omraam Mikhail Ivanov say about theater?
This is very important because he said, and you know, when the master is speaking about something very important, he stand up and he said that it is the initiation the most important, but the theater is coming immediately after that.
Wow, that's important.
And he said the same thing to Beatrice, who is the theater director too, in the teaching in the fraternity. And she told me the same. So it is not me alone. Two said it. And then there is a sister from Canada. She said, Master said to me, take all my teaching and do theater. Not only the jokes or only the dramatic sides, all the teaching. Yes, he teaches us that in the theater there is a need for conflict as a basic for the stage drama. And he And in his lectures, the dramatic side existed in the duality between individuality and personality, according to his definition. But the divine side of human beings should be dominating at the end of the lecture, at the end of the songs, at the end of the theater shows. Yes.
Wow, what a mission.
Everything, put everything in the theater. Everything, all the teaching. And you put all yourself. You put your body, you put your feelings, your thoughts, your soul, your spirit. You put everything and you are naked. And this is not so easy, but at the same time, when we are naked, we are ready to give everything.
Yeah, it's
Because-
the truth. It's like the truth is there.
Yes.
Fantastic. So, if you've had a fulfilling career as a director and playwright, how long have you known the teaching of Omraam?
You know, in 14 days, it will be the 18th August.
And that'll be the
It will be,
50th,
no, 49 years.
49th year. And I hear you are in the midst of writing a book.
Yes.
In the presence of Master Omraam Ivanov in my life, correct?
Yes.
It will be published on Amazon?
Yes, thank you. It will be, and we are ready with the French version, and we will be ready with the English. It's already translated, and I am doing now some corrections. It will be a very, very strong story.
Well, I look forward to reading it. I've read some of your plays and even the children's plays. I've gone through them because I enjoy your style, the way you bring up the teaching
Thank you so much.
through your actors. It's fascinating.
Thank you so much. So good.
So for our auditors, and we would like, if you would like to hear more about Ouriel Zohar, go to Wikipedia and read everything you can about the work you've done.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ouriel. What a pleasure it was to have this interview with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, dear Ouriel and Carmen, for this fascinating, interesting interview. I would love to be able to see one of your plays one day. This episode has truly been information-packed, so much food for spiritual thought. Many are saying that all great changes in the world come through the arts, and today we have been inspired to move forward and upward to a new understanding of how the arts nourish the soul and bring us closer to the divine world. If you have enjoyed this episode, please stay tuned for our next episode on Sacred Geometry by Alex. See you in 2 weeks. Stay safe and stay connected.